Welcome to the Gals Guide podcast. Join us on an adventure to get to know famous and infamous women from around the world. Each of our presenters has a pick. Is she ancient history? Is she breaking news? Is she safe for work? Well, that's up to each presenter. All we know is that...
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Well, welcome back to the Gals Guide podcast. It is a new month and a new theme. And this year, we are focusing on the personal and collective well-being. So what does it look like when we take care of ourselves? And what does it mean when we put our focus on the community around us? So this month on our well-being journey, we are leaning into rest as resistance. We're going to be learning from women who claimed rest and leisure or creativity as vital. We're even going to have a practice of renewal on this very podcast later in this month. So who are the gal pals who will be waking us up to the importance of rest? See what I did there? The waking up and the rest. I'm trying. So first up, she is Gals Guide president and our book club director. It's Katie Young, everybody. Yay!
Well, thank ya.
So, Katie, my big question that I always love to start the month out with, how are you taking care of yourself this month? We start so deep right off the bat, right?
Right? Might as well get into the meat and potatoes of the
exactly.
No, it's a great question because it's something that is easy to forget to do.
Yeah.
So being
totally.
reminded each month that we need to bring this question to the front of our minds and figure it out. I love it.
Exactly.
I love it.
Accountability,
what are we do next
one
year?
would almost
right?
say. But then how are you taking care of yourself? You're like, oh man, yes. No, it's hard.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Oof. I mean, I have a lot of things in the work right now, and the thing that I keep continuing is going to my therapy.
Good.
Yeah.
That's an excellent way to take care of yourself.
Time to work on myself. And we've been doing it in a very structured way with a workbook that I'm just loving.
Sweet.
Yeah, because I don't know if anybody else out there, like a lot of times when you start therapy, there's kind of a push. They're like, well, you could journal.
Mm-hmm.
You could write your thoughts. You could journal. I'm not a journaler.
Yeah.
There for very many reasons. It's just not natural to me. So this using a workbook to like fill in some boxes or bubbles or, add the word, fill in the blank. It kind of do it like a Mad Libs. Here's
right?
my Mad Libs of the day.
Here are my emotional Mad Libs. Yeah.
yes. That's really been working for me. So yeah, just a shout out to any gals out there that might need a little bit of that self-care, but aren't firm journalers. If you could find yourself a fill in the blanks that help you connect with how you're feeling this month, hit up that Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look for it.
I love that. It's a tool, right? Find the tool that works for you.
Well, and I know that Leah has also given me many of these workbooks because she senses my needs.
It's one of those things where it's like, I know you'll find them when you're ready. I know. Or if nothing else, I'm just leaving breadcrumbs for like this sort of thing is available if it works for you.
Well, I'll probably fill out this book and be like, oh, I'm addicted now. I need to go back and look at all my books that I started but didn't finish.
It happens to the best of us. And if it doesn't, that's fine too. Yeah. Sweet. Well, next up, she has been on the show at least 6 times because I just kind of stopped counting after 6. And I went, Debbie's been on the show a lot, right? So to know her is to love her. We are delighted to have her. Debbie Sponsler is here, everybody. Yay!
Debbie. Woo, 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 woo.
Hi. So Debbie, I get to ask you this deep and, well-being question of how are you taking care of yourself this month?
Well, first of all, I'm here, and that is awesome self-care.
Yes, it is.
It really is. Other stuff I've been doing, I've been writing more, both stories and poetries.
Yes.
I've been trying to reconnect with old friends and including myself.
Yay! Yourself as a friend, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, last year was a rough one, and I kind of lost myself a bit.
Yeah.
So I've been taking some time to reacquaint myself with me and just enjoying the journey.
That
That's
is
awesome.
fantastic. And I'm glad one of the little stops on your journey is being on the podcast this month with us. So, yay.
Yay, me too.
Lovely. Well, as for me, I am Leah Leach. I'm the executive director and founder of Gals Guide, and it's Women's History Month, y'all. It's also my birthday month. So let me be really real about this. It is nearly impossible for me to take care of myself in the month of March with birthday and it being Women's History Month. So I teach classes, I have presentations that I'm giving. There's an anthology call out that ends at the end of March. So that's new. Normally that's in December. And that, doesn't even consider the day-to-day operations of rebuilding a non-for-profit, as well as being, a wife and mom to 2 kids. So March is a month when Gals Guide gets more eyeballs than any other month because it's women's history. It's what we do every single day. But it's a certain celebration for the month, so people pay a little bit more attention to us. And I'm very honored to hold a space open for women's history to be treasured and to be celebrated. But also know that this month, more than any other month, I need to be 100%. I need to be 100% on. I need to be 100% ready. I need to be 100% passionate and 100% grateful. And I know I'm not the only woman that has like this kind of like moment where everything's going to be coming at you and you need to be ready for it, or at least be a really good juggler sort of thing. So we all have these moments. And then, of course, we have to remember to be grateful that we have these glorious moments too. So for some women, it is a lead up to one kind of big thing and it's coming. Other women, it's every single damn day of the grind, right? So whether it's that build up or a grind, it can just be exhausting. There's all that unpaid labor of it, the emotional labor of kids and husband and family and relationships and going outside. I'm just going to call it emotional labor of going outside. So we're lucky if it's just 1 month that is demanding, right?
Yeah.
So I thought I would ask Katie and Debbie, do you guys have a season or a month or a particular either work thing or personal life thing where it's going to be like heavier than the day to day? Do you have one of those? Or is it like every damn day?
I would say yes.
Okay.
Well, I really relate to the meme where they talk about like, I'm anxious all the time, but then at Christmas you put on, or the holidays, you put on your like fancy, glittery, like holiday lit up anxiety, like the fancier version of anxiety, the sparkly anxiety,
champagne
right?
anxiety. Yes. I love all this. Yeah.
So I truly believe in that. Things get a little extra busy, stressful. There's so much more noise in your head and there's so much more expectations of you.
Heavy. Yeah.
And I would say for me also the month of August, the starting back to school, Jonah's birthday. Like things just keep coming and hitting hard in August. It's such a busy month.
Yeah, no, yeah. So that's my March. So yes, no, that's it's coming, but you're never quite prepared. Like, how can you? Right?
Yeah.
Debbie, do you have one?
Yeah. For me, it's winter. First of all, there's 6 weeks between my birthday and Christmas, so it's already stressful, and there's all that. Plus, thank you, seasonal affective disorder.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Oh yeah. So I'm hoping that at this point, it's kind of starting to warm up. It keeps teasing me with warm days.
Yep.
And, 30-degree differences between when I leave for work and when I come home.
Right.
But I'm hoping that means that things are on the uphill. So yay.
Yay. Knocking on wood. All of the superstitions. Yes.
Exactly.
Yep. No, I completely get it. So yeah. So this month, I'm trying something new and a bit radical. I have carved out the last 5 days in March to rest. Like, I'm planning for it. I'm intentionally carving that out. I'm going to close Gals Guide for those days. I'm going to unplug those days. My email messages will have an away message. Wow. I rarely do an away message. I'm going to put my phone on airplane mode. Girls going real rebellious with this resting sleeping, taking naps, daydreaming, and just kind of going, internal for those slowing down of days. So I'm also going to be inviting whoever wants to join me. So whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's 5 hours, or whether it's all 5 days, I'm calling for rest at the end of March with just a hopeful invitation, right?
Yes, please.
And so when I say rest, I'm talking about the ways that the NAP ministry developed. And Tricia Hersey, the founder of the NAP ministry, is my pick that I have for all of you. And it feels very weird going first. So I usually don't go first, but I promise my intention is to showcase Tricia's wise words and a call to action, because as she says, so this is her quote, "Our worth does not reside in how much we produce, especially not for a system that exploits and dehumanizes us. Rest, in its simplest form, becomes an act of resistance and reclaiming that power because it asserts our most basic humanity. We are enough and the systems can't have us." Right? I love this lady.
That's amazing.
Let me introduce you to the wiseness behind those words. Tricia is the founder of the NAP ministry. She's the author of the book Rest is Resistance, which is our book club pick this month for March. So yay! She is a wonderful accumulation of experiences and lessons and influences. She's the daughter of an abolitionist pastor. She's a native of the South Side of Chicago, and she has roots in Mississippi and Louisiana. And it's kind of like everything that she's experienced in her life and in her ancestry and in the people around her have kind of found its way to leave little fingerprints on the NAP ministry. So it's it gets that hard to explain, but then at the same time, it's something you feel into and you're like, yeah, no, I get it. I also love her description. She calls herself a teaching artist. I love the idea of teaching an artist, right? Teaching artist. So the wideness of her practice, this is how she describes herself on her website. The wideness of her practice opens portals and possibilities to world building and future casting while embodying the teachings of somatics, womanism, womanist theory, Black liberation theory, Afrofuturism, and her ancestors. So I'm kind of like, well, these are some of my favorite things. So yes, please.
I like
all of these, right? Exactly. So that's where it's kind of like coming from, which is a beautiful, rich, I guess, cauldron of wisdom. She got her bachelor's degree from Eastern Illinois University. And before that, she did 2 years, actually after that, she did 2 years in the Peace Corps. And she went to Morocco in the Peace Corps. Then she got her Master's of Divinity from the Candler School of Theology at Emory University. And then came a point where her world got heavy. So, where we all have that moment in our lives, kind of like in our timeline, where the world just gets really, really heavy. It's like all too much at once. And it's not necessarily like, oh, we knew it was going to be the holidays. We knew it was going to be back to school, or I knew it was going to be Women's History Month. Like, this is like out of the blue. This is just like all of the crap all happens at once. So she was in graduate school, which is already stressful, mentally tough, physically tough, financially tight, right? It was also around the time that the Black Lives Matter protests had begun, and there was threats of racial violence. She was also dealing with a family illness, and she was robbed while she was with her young son. All of these things kind of happened in sequentialness, in closeness to one another. And she was trying to find a way to cope with all of this. And she found that naps were helping her. In fact, she says, rest saved my life. So she talks about her grandmother in the book. So the little preview of the rest is resistance for book clubness. She says that her grandmother magically raised 8 children, all while dodging poverty, racism, and the invisibility of being a Black woman in America. Her commitment to resting her eyes for just 30 minutes a day was radical. Her ability to demand space to just be was a form of resistance. She says, while my grandmother rested her eyes, I would tiptoe around the home, trying not to wake her up. And I always thought she was sleeping while sitting up. And I was curious about her rest practice because I thought she was so eccentric. And whenever I would inquire about whether or not she was sleeping, her response was always the same. She said, every shut eye ain't sleeping. I'm resting my eyes and listening for what God wants to tell me. And so while all the world was around her was attempting to try to crush her spirit, she rested and resisted in the beast of grind culture. She taught my mother to rest. She taught me to rest. And I am humbled to be a vessel to guide thousands on their own rest journey as we embrace as a way of making us more human. Isn't that sweet?
That's beautiful. Yes.
Yeah. I love how she describes her grandmother.
I want that to be on my family's cushion. Like, just
yes,
embroider that for me, please.
Right. Exactly.
That's so sweet.
So because of that, all of that kind of interconnectedness, she created the NAP ministry. And the NAP ministry, it's beyond the mainstream of that surface level of wellness. It's not just your basic bitch wellness. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's deep, it's radical, it's meant to disrupt, but it's also meant to heal. So it's a lot of different things all at once, which I absolutely love. So I'm very mindful to showcase her words in her framing because, number one, I don't want to fuck it up. And number two, she writes so damn well. I've had this before where, like, I'm reading something and I'm like, how do I paraphrase this when it's written so beautifully? Yeah. That it's like, all I'm doing is finding another adjective. You know what I mean? Like, then what am I doing? So this is how she explains that it is not easy to rest. The thing that we're all like, well, that sounds easy enough, but it isn't, like carving out time to rest. So she says all of culture is collaborating for us to not rest. And I understand this deeply. We are sleep deprived because the systems view us as machines, but our bodies are not machines. Our bodies are a site of liberation. We are divine and our rest is divine. There is synergy, interconnectedness, and a deep communal healing within our rest movement. I believe that rest and sleep and naps and daydreaming and slowing down can help us wake up and see the truth of ourselves. That rest is a healing portal to our deepest selves. Rest is care and rest is radical. See, how could I re-say those words?
Exactly.
Right? So, like, that's what she means. She's like, she knows it's hard. She knows it's real hard. But she goes on to say that why it's a form of resistance is, quote, because it disrupts and pushes back against capitalism and white supremacy. Both of these are toxic systems that refuse to see the inherent divinity within human beings and have been used in bodies as a tool for production, evil, and a destruction for centuries. Girl's not pulling punches. She's calling what it is. So this idea of rest is not like, I'm going to go on a $6,000 vacation so I can put my toes in the sand. Like, it's not that kind of rest, right? It's not feeding into that capitalism, money traps where you have to work for money and then you have to have money so you can rest. It's trying to get you out of that. Rest shouldn't have a price tag. It's a divine right. We should just be able to rest. So she says that rest happens right where you are. You don't have to spend money. You don't have to leave your home. You don't have to leave anyone behind. You don't have to have a passport or a valid ID to rest. She says, we are enough. We are divine. And I love that. Because there are many times that I price myself out of rest. right?
Yeah. We've been conditioned to, as she was saying, yeah.
If you don't put money in it, then you're not really resting. You haven't valued the rest if you're not paying. No. So I love that this disrupts that. So the other part of rest that is very difficult for women is believing our own value, that we believe that we have value enough to rest. That is another part of this that is so freaking hard. So Katie and I say it a lot, and we've been saying it during wellness year so far, a lot of putting our own oxygen mask on before others, right? It's one of those things where Tricia wrote something that I was like, oh shit, now I see a whole nother way. So she talks about the concept of fill your cup first before you can pour it for others, that same sort of thing. Yeah. But she goes on to say this, which I will admit have never thought of before, and shit. So the concept of filling up your cup first so you can have enough to pour out to others feels off balance. It reeks of the capitalist language that is now part of our daily mantras, the language like, I'll sleep when I'm dead and rise and grind. The cup metaphor also mostly is geared towards women who, because of the patriarchy and sexism, carry the burden of labor. And she talks truthfully and magnificently how women's labor, especially those of colored women and Asian women and Latina women, have been used to make white women's lives more, or less, I should say, less hectic. Right? So when Tricia says, I don't want to pour anymore, I get that on many levels. And it makes me want to be a better person too, because I have thought about, let me make a big metaphorical pot of coffee, right? Like a big coffee. The idea that everybody could share in that glorious coffee. I could fill enough for the pot. I could have enough for myself. I could have enough for others. But you know what? We can all pour our own damn cup. Right? Like, we don't need to stay busy so that other people can feel served and comfortable and less headache. We don't need to be busy to be valued, right? So that's the part that I was like, shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, right? Yeah. It makes me rethink some things, and I like it. I like what I'm rethinking. So my connection to the Nap ministry and Tricia's work is, it's very much at this like intersection of a whole bunch of different things at once. So it's like the intersection of racism and sexism and capitalism, the evils of white supremacy. But there's so much to like sit and rest with as well, because there's a lot of healing that also still needs to be done. There's a lot of emotional labor that has not been like, you know what, I'm done. Or I need 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like a lot of stuff where you're pushing past your own boundaries when you know I'm at my limit, but yet, no, please let me pour you one more cup. Right? Yeah. So that inner knowing, that guide to know that there's a better way. Because honestly, it is nearly impossible for a woman, especially that of a mom, knowing that there's always another thing to do for another person. There's always something else that they need. And do they really need it? Or do they just want you to do that one more bit of emotional labor for you? And that's why it becomes so impossible to just rest. But you know what? I fucking love the impossible. And so that's why I'm doing the solidarity, the inspiration from the Nap Ministry and from Tricia to call for rest, March 27th through the 31st. That idea of, I'm going to do this. And if you're inspired in any way, shape, or form to join me, it really doesn't matter. Like I said, if it's 5 minutes, if it's 5 hours, or if it's all 5 days, I'm recommending that people take that time to lay down and get Tricia's book, Rest is Resistance, and read the book. Use that time to rest within it. Because if you're vibing on the little bits of quotes that I have given you, and if you're sick of feeling like a machine that can't rest, that is always having one more thing, productivity, buy the thing, just read her book. and then rest because you're enough and you deserve to rest. So that is who I have for you.
Absolutely.
And sorry if it sounded a little bit
That's
preachy, but
amazing.
it is the net ministry, right? So you got to get a little.
Yeah.
Preach it, sister.
Right? Exactly. I'm just spreading the good word.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. How did that hit you guys? Have you thought about, "Oh, damn, it's impossible to rest," or even been like, no, I got this?
It's right. Big subject.
Yeah.
It's been on my mind. And
Yeah.
I actually feel like it's something I've had to grow with. And I think you were describing that as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there was a time that seeing my husband Josh up working and me sitting triggered like a guilt trip in my head that I couldn't sit. I was like, oh, then I need to get up and do something. I can't just sit here.
Right.
But how many times was it the opposite?
Yeah.
Where
right.
I was up doing something and he was sitting and had, and I'm not saying that at his detriment at all.
Right. It
was more of my own issue in my head. Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, this shouldn't be an issue. This is like, so I'm still working through allowing myself to have that time, that rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I get what
and
you're
not
saying.
go into patriarchal norms or not go into cultural norms of, but we're not supposed to rest.
Right. I mean, that's kind of like the stereotypical like house type thing.
Yeah.
I've been seeing some interesting stuff lately on my Instagram feed. And two things kind of come to mind. And that's like, I don't know if I'm using the right word, but decentralizing men from your life.
Yes. That's not the core component and everything goes around.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And about, so like putting yourself kind of first.
Yeah.
Yeah. And kind of seeing how they react to that, because that's not the norm or how you're told to do things.
Yeah, it's fun.
And I kind of see that as like linking in with this rest is resistance.
Yes.
Like you're not outputting your effort to somebody else that's a capable of adult.
Yeah.
You're reserving that energy for yourself. And I saw an interesting video the other day about this man talking about realizing how much of his wife's brain he was renting out.
Yes. Rent free, right?
Rent free. Like he's like, well, where's this? Why is that? When's this happening? What do the kids like to eat? What's happening here?
Yeah.
And I almost want to say like, lay down, read the book, take it a little bit further.
Right.
Maybe decentralize a capable adult from your life.
Yes.
Maybe don't give up any rent in your head, space free. Maybe use all that brain space for yourself.
Yeah. Maybe I created a shared calendar, so I didn't have to be the one who remembered everything on everybody else's calendar. I'm like, we can put it in one central spot where we can all check it. We can call it Mom if you want.
And that video I saw, like the guy kind of came to the realization too that his kids saw him doing this. So when they had a question, they bypassed him to go straight to Mom.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I don't want to take away from, the nap ministry because I'm going a little deeper.
No, this is adding on to it.
Yeah. Part of, protecting this, like, your own space to have your own time to just be.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
And just take away those distractions and those things that are going to pull you away from that time to just shut down for a minute and have your own peace.
Exactly. Yes. Or go inside and heal for a minute too. So many times it's just like, I'll deal with that emotional labor later, but you don't.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, and my experience with rest is a little different simply because I come from a church where rest is definitely built into our culture.
Good.
And you take that day of rest. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people in the church that does the things.
You're doing the labor.
It is a very unrestful day of rest for me often.
Right.
And I a couple weeks ago, I just said, no, I can't do another thing. And
yeah,
it
you need
made
to
such a
rest.
difference for me.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it took a long time for me to be able to, oh, you know what? I can say no, and they can keep looking for somebody else to do it. Who knew?
The world will keep spinning if you say, not me. Yes, very important
I've
lesson. But you
learned,
don't feel
yeah,
that until you do it, right?
right. And what I realized was I also know a lot of people who do things, so I can say, "Hey, talk to this person. They can do
Yes.
that."
Hmm.
And I've learned to not be the brain, but share the brain. Like
Yes.
like Katie was talking about the guy living rent free. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Nuh-uh. I found a room for you to go to."
Right. Exactly. Make the pot of coffee, make everybody pour their own.
Yeah, but isn't it a shame it took me 6 decades to figure this
You know
out?
what? We're all work in
Not at
progress.
all.
Okay.
Not at all.
We're all
No.
figuring this out each and every bit. And when we figure something out, we share it with other people, right? Maybe it'll
Yeah.
help get anybody else farther faster. I dig it. I dig it. Any other thoughts on the nap ministry? I can wrap us
I'm
up.
so excited to read this book
It's so
for
you're
book
gonna
club
love it.
this
Yeah.
month.
Oh
I
my
know.
god,
I
you're
gotta go
good.
find it.
Yeah, no, find it.
Yes.
It's a quick read. It's an easy read. I read it in a day. It's definitely one of my favorites. So yeah, read it laying down.
Nice.
Sweet. All right. Well, then I will wrap us up for this week. Thank you so much for joining us. Join the Gals Guide podcast next week as we learn more. Rest is resistance. Thanks for listening. That's another woven thread into our personal and collective well-being tapestry. If you loved learning about women's history or are looking for some self-care, discover even more community and care at galsguide.org. Until next time, keep sharing women's stories.